friends, Mr. DeJordy here with Ways to Subtract with Mrs. DeJordy. And today's way that we are going to focus in on is a pictorial representation. And doing a subtraction problem pictorially means that we're going to draw it out. So when we draw it out, we use something that we call an HTO chart, which is just a graphic organizer that helps us organize our numbers. So I am going to put our numbers here, and I am going to use these numbers, 765 minus 218 equals. So this is a vertical representation of the number sentence. I'm going to do that also in a horizontal. Sometimes we see them in either one of these ways. It's correct. So either one of these ways is going to be okay to use. Now I'm going to take those numbers and I am going to do my pictorial subtracting. So the first thing I need to do is I need to draw myself a HTO chart. So an HTO chart has 3 sections, and we have a section for our hundreds, we have a section for our tens, and we have a section for our ones. And once we have this graphic organizer set up, this HTO chart, place value chart, whatever you want to call it, we are going to take our first number and we're going to draw it pictorially into this chart. So we have 765. I'm going to use little circles to represent these place values. In 765, I have 7 hundreds, and I'm going to draw them neatly, and I'm going to draw them in a vertical 10 frame position so that they're really, I can look at this really quickly and I know 5 is here and I know 2 is there. It makes it really easy to visually count them when you are organizing them. And I've talked about this in previous videos, that if you choose to not organize them, or you choose to use dots, this can become very difficult when you're going to calculate, because it's not that easy to figure out what you've already counted and what you haven't counted. So using this systematic way of writing it really takes away on a calculation error. So, and I have 6 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and I have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, once I have this number in the chart, I like to put a little check mark to let myself know that yes, I have put the 765 in the chart. And this is where the big difference is between addition and subtraction when you're representing it pictorially in a place value chart. Because when you are subtracting, you are finding out what the difference is between your two numbers. The difference is you're comparing them. So subtraction is all about looking for what's different. So if I take my second number and I put it into the chart, I would actually be grouping it. I would be adding them. But I'm not supposed to be adding. I'm supposed to be subtracting. So what I need to do is I need to now take 218 out of my chart. So I got to take it out of this 765 to figure out what the difference between them is. So I'm going to do that. And always we start in the ones place. And so I'm going to look at my number, and I notice I have 8 ones that I need to take away. Well, I come over here and I look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, only have 5. So am I going to give up? No. It just means that I'm going to have to do something called breaking it apart or regrouping. So I need to have more ones to be able to take 8 away. How am I going to do that? Well, I have all these 10s. So could I take one of these 10s and break it apart into its ones? Yes, I can. So I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to loop this one, and I'm going to arrow it into my ones. And 110, if I break it apart, has 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's super important that if you are breaking apart or regrouping, whatever you want to call it, that you are making that conversion. I'm taking a 10, I'm breaking it into ones. You got to make sure that you draw them out. Lots of times we forget that step. We arrow it in and then we forget to draw the 10 ones that we established. So now that we're here, I'm going to, again, try to do these calculations. So I'm going to try to take 8 ones. Can I take 8 ones now? Sure, I can take 8 ones. I have plenty enough to take 8 ones now. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to choose whichever ones I want to take out of here. I like to draw a little line through them to let myself know that I have taken them away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I use those little lines to show me that those are no longer there. And if I wanted to do a little X on it, I could do an X. Just really important that I differentiate that those now are not going to be there anymore. So just like with this, they become invisible. So then I'm going to go to my 10s and I'm going to take away 110. Can I take away 110? Sure I can. I still have 5. So I'm going to take one of my 10s. And then I'm going to go to my hundreds and I'm going to take 200. Can I take 200 out of there? Yes, I have 7 of them. So if I take 2 away, 1, 2, then I'm going to have 5 left. So now that I have done all my calculation, so I put in 765 represented in these place value circles, and then I took out 218. And let's see what my end result was. So now I'm going to go into my ones and I'm going to count up how many ones I have left. So super important, I don't count the ones that I already crossed off because those are already gone. You have to pretend that they're not there. So I have to look and I'm going to count the ones that are still here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 ones left. And then I'm going to move to my 10s. This is already gone, and so is this. So I'm only going to count the ones that I haven't had to loop to regroup or I haven't crossed out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 10s left. And then I'm going to go to my hundreds and I'm going to do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am now going to have a answer, a difference of 547. So now I know that 765 minus 218 equals 547. And when I put my answer in, I make sure that I line them up right with my place values so that they are in the right spot. And if I was doing this horizontal one, I would just pop that in there as well, like that. So that is how we subtract pictorially using a HTO chart.